My game launched a week and a half ago on Steam, and since then, it has been a whirlwind of noise from the internet. We have watched so many people come through, play the game, and give us their feedback, whether it's positive or negative. We had a flurry of negativity the first few days of launch, where the game was sitting at 57 or 58% mixed on Steam. That being said, over the past week, we have dropped 6 patches addressing various bugs, tweaking the AI to make it better for our players. And since we got over that initial hump of negativity, we have climbed from a 57% mixed review rating to being less than 1% away from a positive rating on Steam. For my first foray into game development, I couldn't be more proud of that fact. Like I said in my last video talking about Transience, we missed the mark in some places, obviously. Our intro, way too slow to get people into the game and to get them interested. We didn't hook them well enough up front, and they didn't like how the AI felt at launch. Now, since then, again, we have made tweaks to their perception, to the way that they spot people, to the way that they interact with you moving through these levels, and the feedback to that AI patch has been fucking awesome. And I wanted to make a video just playing the game, talking about the launch, talking about what I learned, while also letting you guys know that there's only a couple of days left to pick up the game at its launch discount. So if you guys want to support an indie studio who has been listening, who has been addressing feedback head on, putting the boot to fucking ass and just getting stuff done, go check out my game right now. It is a stealth action tactical FPS set in the near future 2056 with a fully voice-acted campaign, both comic book cinematics as well as in-engine 3D rendered cinematics, an 8 to 12 hour campaign, a side wave mode that you can pick up for right now about $16 or $17. The links are all down in the description below. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, I get to actually sit down with y'all and play through the game that my team created. I'll be giving you guys my unfiltered opinion on how the launch has been going. So if you guys like that, leave a like on the video and subscribe for more FPS content just like this. My name is Big Fry, and this is Transience. So everybody wants the unfiltered opinion. You know, Big Fry, if you were reviewing this and it wasn't your game, would you rip into it? It's funny they say those things when I have ripped into games like Direct Contact or fucking Incursion, asset flip trash. Like, I want to say cash grab. Ooh, he heard me. He heard that. Yeah, keep your eyes open, buddy. You're fucking done. You're done ski. Fall into the bush. So yeah, the funny thing is like, I think if you play this legitimately and say that it's trash or that it's that it's an early access like asset flip, which I've seen so much, it's fucking nuts. I will say the flurry of negativity that we have seen, I wanna sit here and address it just head on. Some of it is valid, right? There are critiques about how slow the intro is, how sometimes our AI acts brain dead, and then sometimes they're you know, aimbot. I feel like that's kind of a mixed bag, and we've seen reviews on both ends with the AI. Like, some people think it's way too difficult, and granted, we did watch people on Twitch struggle in the early levels. You know, you don't have the suit, you don't have a lot of the resources, and that was kind of, you know, like, that was the design we wanted to go with. We wanted you to, I wouldn't say struggle early on, but we wanted you to, you know, take it a little bit slower like this instead of just running and gunning, you know, and using everything. And then once you get the suit, you know, things really unlock for you. We wanted you to feel like once you got the suit, like that was the power move. The narrative that we're telling here is that Eli is, I don't want to say nothing without his suit. He's still one of the most deadly accountants in the world. But the suit, coming back from the emergent war that he had fought in his earlier days, that's where he got the suit. That's the power move for you, right? And it just didn't hit the mark with a lot of people, which in my opinion, I don't want to say it's fine as if like it's a dismissive thing. There's a lot of monologue. There is a lot of talking in this game from not only Eli, but from other characters as well. Like, once you unlock the suit and you go and you talk to Sadie later on, and Sadie becomes like a main, Sadie becomes like I would say like a main side character. If you didn't like the intro, chances are, do you guys think I could snipe the sleep dart here? Chances are you're not going to like the rest of the game. Oh, I got him. Oh my God. Yeah. That was such a, it's very hard to do that long range. I will say I sniped the shit out of that boy. And then what we'll do here, hopefully nobody will hear this. Ooh, did I not hit the light? There we go. That was too many shots. So, and I will say, like, I'm happy that that's more of a, like, a subjective problem. You know, there are people that didn't like the writing, and that's fine. There are people that didn't like the pacing, and, like, that's fine. I learned you don't ever start slow. You gotta get people hooked in, absolutely. But if I'm gonna sit here and go back and change large chunks of the narrative and the story, it just would never, it would never work. You know what? I don't even care about civilians. Fuck you. You guys are literally just a hazard to fuck around with. Yeah, get in there. But no, you know what? Like, I think that the criticisms about the game's quality level versus games that I have covered on this channel, the asset flips, the bullshit fucking games that I've covered, the indie games that are clearly just taking advantage of early access. I'm sorry, man. But if you feel like you played this and you can put those in the same realm without trying to sound dismissive, I have to completely fucking disagree. There is clearly
Windows broken on building C, huh?
Yeah. There's clearly a quality level difference in this game versus a lot of the indie slop coverage that I've put on this channel. It's one of those things where I think I would challenge you to give me the names of games that you think I unfairly critiqued that you would compare this to. You know, and you might find a couple. I just think that when you compare apples to apples, I don't know how you can look at this and say that it's trash. You could critique aspects of it for sure. But guys, for an indie game, like, dude, there are some, like, tactical shooters in the space that I think we are, I don't want to say rivaling, but I think we're in the same, you know, we're in the same realm, that are charging more money, that are taking longer to develop to get to a state where I like, oh, he's below. I'm not gonna, I don't want to make that. Okay, he's walking that way. I wonder if I could sneak in here. I'm gonna try it. I can't kill that guy. There is a lot of valid criticism, but I also think that there is a lot of, I don't want to say like, I want to say like bad faith criticism where you can tell they're reviewing it from a point of they just don't like me. And I'll say this, as somebody who has done this, like, this is the first time we've gone through anything like this, being able to weed through the noise of, and find the validity in the criticism. And don't get me wrong, there is quite a bit to be critical of here. I think the AI in certain avenues, definitely something to critique. I also think, I'm just gonna try to sneak past this guy. I think one of the main, close that door. I think one of the main, oh fuck, somebody heard that shit. Okay, kill that light. I'm playing this no HUD, by the way. Oh shit, they got him. I broke the window. Okay, I gotta go. Oh my God, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's fucking over. Ugh. Oh no, it's over. It's over. No, I'm dead. Fuck me. They heard, I think they heard the glass shatter. It was just, that was such a tight fucking squeeze. So now it's going to kick us back to, okay, this actually isn't a bad checkpoint. At least we're inside the compound. But yeah, when it comes to AI, there's so many inconsistencies when you're talking about like a 3D environment like this. Considering our entire AI was built by one person, I think we did pretty good. You know, I have criticized AI in other games in the past, but it's usually mainly for like that 180 instant snap to the headshot that we see in a lot of projects. I understand that there's like, nobody gives a shit, right? All they look at is the final product, and did the final product hit or not? And if it didn't, then they'll leave the review, and that is it is what it is. But I really do think if you're looking around the landscape of the tactical FPS space and you're looking at this and you're saying that we aren't in the same realm as those games, I gotta disagree. I think you're fucking crazy. I think if you look at AI like a la a Ground Branch, which is now owned by Microprose, I think our AI is better. I struggle with the idea of, you know, playing games like this where AI will just fucking snap to you, right? So because we're making a stealth action game, you have to have the moments where you see the arrow filling up there, you're in the shadows, and then you get, you know, spotted over time. We had to develop that system. And so when you're playing a game like this and you're looking at, you know, take a game like fucking Direct Contact. You know, I remember playing that game for the first time when it was in early access, and their AI would snap to you from like 150 meters away. You could see them physically snap to you, and it just didn't feel good, right? And oh shit. See, he's clearing corners up there now. And so because we're creating this game where, is there a body that he can spot there? There's this one I know. Oh yeah, he did spot that body. See, like that kind of shit feels really good. Spotted the body, he's making his path through, and I just shoot him through the shelf. That's cool. I don't know. I think that's fucking cool. I missed my fucking shot. It's over. All right. Okay, they're shooting there. I'm in a lot of trouble here. I'm in a lot of trouble. I gotta heal. I hear footsteps. Oh god, oh god. Okay, they're coming, they're coming. Oh wow, he ate a shot to the back of the fucking head there. That's crazy. Fuck me, man. I'm stuck here now. And so what we have here is a lot of different AI systems at play where they know kind of where I'm at, or at least they know the last known area, and they're starting to now do their search patterns, right? So I'm not sure how long it's going to take for them to patrol into this specific room. They have a couple of places to go. Oh, they saw a body. Okay, so now they spotted that body outside. Now they're back to, oh, they got alerted and now they're looking again. So knowing that, I'm going to sneak out this way. Eventually they're going to go back to their patrols, right? You know, as much as there's fucking dead bodies everywhere, the game doesn't feel good when they never ever go back to their alert stat, or to their patrol. So eventually we needed them to, you know, go from, you know, suspicious to alert, and then once they're alert for too long but they haven't seen you in combat, they drop back down to suspicious, they do their search, they look through the area, and then eventually they're going to make their way back and just go back to their patrols. That's how it's programmed, you know, at a base level. And so with that, you know, when you compare us to games that I think are just mainly more about, you know, tactically clearing corners and just shooting, and they don't have these more in-depth like stealth elements, I think because we have different systems at play, I don't know, I think our AI are for an indie team like this, and for the price point that we offer, you know, in the space, I don't know. I think we did pretty fucking good. Could we do better? Yeah, of course, you know. Okay, so it looks like they're going back to patrols now, which is good. I already searched the back entrance office. I have to search these other two areas. I hate being in this position because everything I say is going to be looked at through, oh, he's just biased. Oh, he if this was any other game, you know, he would shit on it. And there's really, like, there is absolutely nothing I could say to those people that would make them think otherwise. You know what I mean? For me, I told the team, like, in this last week, like, avoid the noise, avoid responding, because none of it really matters. You know, one thing we've been tracking over the past week is just how many negative reviews on our page are still consistently being upvoted as soon as they come in. We know there are people hovering around wanting the game to fail. Like, there's no doubt about it. That being said, as a developer and as the head of the studio, I have to be able to weed through the bullshit and make sure that the actual feedback that we're getting is valid and actionable, right? And that's pretty much what I've been doing for the past week. And like I said, we've been rallying the troops, getting patches out the fucking door, addressing issues, and making the game as, you know, bug and issue free as possible. We wanted everybody to be happy, but I also understand, like, especially in the gaming space, you're never going to please everybody. It's just one of those things. You're never going to make everybody happy. There's always going to be somebody, you know, critiquing it. But I think when you sort the reviews by people who have actually, you know, put over an hour's worth of time in and actually gave the game a chance, you can see we're sitting at like 77 or 78% positive. Like, we did great. And I am kind of tired of taking that humble, like, oh, you know, oh, it is like, it is what it is. You guys be the judge. Nah, fuck all that, man. I think people are asking me for my honest opinion on it. I think if you put this in the same realm as a game like Direct Contact, I think you're crazy. From just a quality perspective, from a polish perspective, from a design perspective, we had a cohesive vision, you know, and there are some things that miss the mark with people, sure. I don't know, man. If I talk positively about it, I'm bragging. Or I'm delusional, or yeah, he's just saying this because it's his product and not anybody else's. If this was, you know, any other project, he would have fucking ripped it apart, you know. Well, at the same time, if I play, you know, hey guys, this is my game. You guys decide for yourselves if you like it or not. And I play that passive, kind of more humble approach. You have people like Iron Taxi, who is a developer for Exfil, one of the worst tactical shooters I've ever fucking played in my life. You have him on our community hub saying that I'm denying reality when I don't really, like, confront issues head on. I made a whole fucking video, like, the day after launch in the wave of all of the noise, just confronting issues head on. You know, nah, man, we did pretty fucking good. But yeah, it's been a lot of noise. There's a lot of conversation around the game in my comment section, even in other videos. I'm noticing that there's just a lot of people that want to hate on the game. And again, when I say that, I hate it, because if I say that, there's going to be people that take that as, oh yeah, you're just, you know, shutting down all criticism as hate. No, I'm not. It's one of those things where it actually just kind of annoys me to talk about my own product and my own game, which is really, really unfortunate. But the thing is I don't know, find me another developer who will do this. I don't know, man.
There's the gear. I guess I'm dropping in.
Ooh, drop in, baby, drop in. Ooh. No, that hurt. That's okay. And this is where you get the M5, which is cool. I'm going to keep, actually, hold on. How much ammo does this have? It's the same ammo type. I'm just going to keep this here. Okay, and then we get the keypad tutorial. Skip that, and then we hack the security system. And we look here. We get the keypad code 2042.
Looks like that's the code for the admin door.
And we're good to go. Well, lucky me. So, like, I don't know. We have camera hacking. We have a complete, like, gadget and suit system. You know, 13 weapons, a bunch of customization options. Did we make the best game ever? No, we're not winning game of the year anytime soon, but I mean, you know, we were watching the Game Awards the other night here. Everybody looks at, you know, a game like Expedition 33, right? And they're like, man, like, that was that studio's first showing, right? But then you got to consider all of those guys, or I should say a decent amount of those guys, were like industry veterans, guys who worked at Ubisoft. I think like most of the team left Ubisoft and went on to make Expedition 33, which I think is a great fucking thing. But think about what those people's first game was. Most people's first games are like 2D, a small little side scroller, like college level project that probably never even really sees the light of day, or if they do, they don't have this level of, I don't want to say like notoriety, but they don't have this many eyes on it, you know what I mean? I think we really just got to put into perspective what we actually created here. For me, I like to think, what would we do with a $10 million budget. You know, 8 levels, an 8 to 12 hour campaign, a side mode, 8 guys and a handful of contractors and a handful of voice actors. And we have comic book cutscenes, 3D rendered cutscenes, a full fucking narrative, whether you like it or not. You know, it's this idea that I would shit on this game the same way that I did a Direct Contact. I'm trying to think of some really bad tactical shooters. Like, to me, it's night and day, and I'm kind of tired of pretending it's not. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 3rd level, and that's that. We have this cool end screen.
Upstream to civilization.
If I just skip through the end cinematic, we get this cool end screen that shows, you know, you're ruthless, but you're confrontational, as well as a little bit, maybe not unseen. You get resilient and elusive. So a lot of the times we were able to get away from some of the encounters that we were in. You guys saw, I think I only died once. Yeah, so it kind of shows all of your stats and then your kind of score for each of these levels as well, which I think is pretty cool. I want to leave you guys with this. I know this video is me kind of talking about, you know, how I've been feeling about the launch. I never ever want to discredit anybody's criticism, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. I appreciate you guys checking out the game regardless. I'm glad that we made a game that was stable enough for you to understand if you wanted to enjoy or invest in the vibe or not. I'm very, very proud that the team was able to create a game in 3 years with a limited budget that has this much scope and scale to it for the size that we were, that people are playing the game. There's now speed runners, like guys in the community are trying to speed run the game and they're putting their times up. That is so fucking cool to me. I'm proud of the game we made. I'm proud of the fact that we made it without going to crowdfunding, without asking any of my viewers for money. I grinded for the last 3 years doing sponsorships to be able to fund this, to learn the basics and the fundamentals of game development, project management, and go through the process myself to gain knowledge and create something that we thought was cool and that we think the community would like as well. And I think we nailed it. Yeah, it didn't hit the mark for everybody, but I think everybody knew that it was going to end up exactly like this, sitting at mixed with valid criticisms, with a lot of people enjoying it, and with a lot of fucking yapping from people who were either going to pirate the game or never were going to support anyway. It's just a lot of noise. But what I can say is I've learned a lot about Unreal Engine 4 as a development engine. I've learned a lot about project management. There's a lot of things that I would do differently now going through that process. You know, when we look back and we see certain maps that had to be reworked and redone based on narrative or based on fun factor, I know the process to get to the end game now. And I'm really hoping that in the future we can take this and put it towards another project with hopefully a bigger budget and that fucking knowledge of now going from start concepting and prototyping and testing to a finished fucking product. I'm excited for the future. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Go check out Transience. It's on sale for at least another 24 hours once you see this video. Pick it up for its launch price. It's 15% off. We're making improvements. We're dropping patches. We're fixing the issues. And I want to say shout out to anybody who has picked up the game and has enjoyed it and put the time in and actually, gave it a shot. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You guys are fucking legends. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.